Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. It has been quite a while since I updated with what's been going on with the car, and that is mainly because I just finished graduated college and I haven't really had time to film on this thing, but I'm gonna give you guys a quick update on what I've done since the last video, which is me finishing painting the engine bay. So let's hop into it and then I'll show you what today's video is about. So as you guys can probably see, the motor is back in the car. Things that I have changed as far as the engine bay goes, I polished up the intercooler, polished up the intake. So you guys saw everything I painted earlier on. And so I have the chase base tucked rad now. So the rad actually sits underneath the rad cradle, and we've got a swirl pot, and I also bought this high pressure coil rad cap, and I've got a water temp sensor in there and gauge that I'm going to install. I got a chase base sock for the power steering fluid. I actually did respray the valve covers and timing cover with a Volkswagen Emola yellow, and I did go ahead and sand this down so that the RB20 actually stands out now, and we got a nice yellow and clear coat on there, and it looks way better. I'm super happy about that. Other than that, not much has changed in the engine bay. I had to replace the clutch master cylinder as well, but everything is all good now. The car is running and driving, and the engine bay looks absolutely amazing. It is very dirty right now, but yeah, enough rambling on about the engine. I'll show you guys. So as you probably saw before, the windshield was out of the car. I actually had to do some rust repair, so the windshield was removed. Got a new windshield. I sealed everything up and repainted. That's why it's just silver, because I wanted to have a hard paint on before I urethaned the windshield back in. And now let's go over to the interior and see what's changed in there. Wow, so as you guys can see, I have the complete dash is back in the car. Last time you saw it, wires were everywhere. Everything is back in, wired and working well. So I did actually paint the carpet black. So if you heard me complaining in my other videos about how ugly the carpet was, I actually got the same stuff. If you see my video where I redid the headliner in black, the same stuff I painted this stuff with, the Duplicolor vinyl and fabric paint. I used the same stuff on the carpet. I used about a can and a half, and I got the entire carpet front and back done, and it absolutely looks amazing. Favorite thing I've done to this car interior wise. I also got these NRG 240SX floor mats, which are just beautiful. Like, would you look at those, and it like nice white embroider, black background. Same thing on the other side. As far as the glove box goes, we have got our 2 relay panels in there, and it just fits in there just nice. So let's move into the trunk and see what I've done in here. So in the trunk, I went ahead and I had some free hardwood I got, and I just lined the trunk with hardwood, and I got carpet on the back floor as well. So the interior is looking clean, mint, got all the panels and siding, everything is mounted up nice, so that's great. I cut down my battery box and got that all done, so everything's looking a lot better in here. I'm much happier with it. Something that really irked me about this car before was always seeing red floor pan in the trunk. I just did not like it, so I'm very happy with this, and I have a nice solid thing that I can put stuff on. It's not going to bounce around. One issue I did encounter with the wiring was that the fuel pump wasn't priming for some reason. I checked the relays, spent 2 hours diagnosing it, wasn't working, so I did actually hardwire a relay to the fuel pump. Very straightforward, not a big deal, and works perfectly now. And it is finally time to paint the S13. Little spoiler, I have a body kit that's on the way. It could not be here for another month or 2 months due to this whole COVID stuff. So I just want to paint the car now so that I can enjoy it. I also have over fenders coming in, and I have new wheels with wide body specs, but None of that stuff can come in until the over fenders are here. So for now, the car is getting painted stock body and I'm gonna enjoy it how it is. Now, with that being said, by the title of this video, you can probably tell one of the things I'm doing today is we installing a big wing on this bitch, okay? And I'm excited to show you guys. So the wing I went with is a replica 326 wing. And this thing is gonna look badass on the S13. So, you know, same thing with the 326 wing. I wanted to get a real one. They're about $1,200 Canadian, and no one can get one in for me for like 3 months. So I picked up a rep one for like half the price, less than half the price, and it came in a week. So I chose that. Works for me. But I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Alright guys, just look at this wing. Like, this wing is at least 5.5 feet tall, because I'm 6 foot and it's up to my nose. So take note on how the hunchback of the hatch looks now. As you can see, I did already kind of have it placed where it's going to be, but I'm still going to show you guys me drilling the holes and mounting it onto the body. So guys, that's more or less so this is more or less where the wing is gonna sit on the S13, and as you can see, that shit looks super aggressive. I'm in love with it already. Just look at those lines. It totally changes the rear end of the car. Like, the rear end of the car looks so much more aggressive. It definitely does need to come over to the left just a little bit, but that's just how she's placed on there for now. But fuck, damn. She is looking good. So I'm gonna show you guys how to mount this thing and how to get the holes drilled perfectly on it. All right, so with this wing, they sent me these weird looking zip tie kind of things and some instructions that I briefly brisked over. So pretty much this spoiler has riveted holes or threaded holes on the bottom. So what we do is we're going to place all of these in the holes like so. And then hopefully they don't all fall out and I fail miserably. Yeah, they all fell out. Alright, so once you have all those little things lined up in there, what we're gonna do is just slap some duct tape on here, there and there, and that will hold them exactly in the spot of the threaded holes, and then we can pull the spoiler off and we drill right through the center of them, and I'm gonna show you guys. Now we got it pretty much lined up exactly where I want it. So now I'm just gonna take my duct tape and go over those straps. All right, they're all taped up, so now I can just lift the wing off. Perfect. Man, that thing just does not look that great without the wing. I'm so happy I got this thing. Okay, so the wing actually did come with all the hardware we need. So pretty much right exactly where this is, we're gonna drill a pilot hole. I got a 1/8 drill bit that we're gonna use, and we're just gonna drill these holes, then remove all this stuff, and then drill the proper size hole for the hardware. Alright, so we got all our pilot holes. Looks like there was some maybe some body filler there from the stock wing holes. So now that we got the holes exposed, this is the hardware we're going to be using. So we are going to use a 1/4 inch drill bit to get the holes. Alright, so there's our 1/4 inch drill bit, and now we're just gonna go through and finish off these holes. Alright, so I double checked. The hardware fits through there nicely. So they actually also provided with these rubber washers, so these will go between the hatch and the spoiler so that it gets nice and so it doesn't scratch the paint. So basically I am going to be taking the spoiler off when I paint the car, and that's just because there's a lot of angles to hit on it and you'll never be able to spray it on the car. So the hatch and the spoiler are going to come off the car and get painted separately. Alright, so here is the fun part. I don't know if you guys can see, yeah, you can see the little holes there are completely inaccessible by hand or by screwdriver to even tighten them up. So pretty much I'm just going to take my angle grinder and cut out a square that gives me access on both sides to the wing. Alright, safety first. Don't do this to your 240 at home. Alright, so that's just how it goes with modding cars. Sometimes you gotta ruin something nice for something else, but as you can see, we now have access to the holes on both sides, and now we can put the wing on. Alright, so the wing is like 90% bolted on. I got 3 bolts on each one, and I didn't put the washers or the foam grommets on because, like I said, this is just for test purposes. I'm going to pretty much take it right off after this. But already makes the hatch look huge once it's up, but let's close it and take a better look. Nice. Hold on, let's get a better angle. Alright guys, so that is actually going to be it for today's video. Nice little update on the 240 and installing the 326 wing. So I got the paint job coming up real soon on the S13. I'm going to start body working it and getting it into primer hopefully this week after work one day. And if I can, I'll get it sprayed either this weekend or next. I do need the entire weekend with the car in the paint booth so that no, I'm not gonna have to move it. I can just leave it there. Anyways, next video you'll be seeing from me is I actually have a full 3-inch exhaust that I'm gonna be installing on the S13. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be sick. I'll have a before and after of the current exhaust setup and what it sounds like after, and it's gonna be sweet. I'm excited for that one. And on what you think of the engine bay now that it's all finished. And let me know what you think of this wing. Do you like it or is it not your style? I think it suits the S13 and that's what I'm going with. So peace out guys, thanks for watching.